In today's Black Clover video, I explain why Asta is already the new Devil King and what the meaning of Asta's fifth horn transformation could be, and how it could be related to the time devil Astaroth. What it has to do with the extra devil marks on his face and why Asta never used this transformation again. At least not yet. Asta's final form. Let's talk about it. At the climax of the Spade Kingdom arc, Asta revealed a new transformation that we hadn't seen before and haven't seen since. It's a form with 5 horns, which is something no devil has ever shown, so Asta has one more horn than a Supreme Devil. But after the second time skip, it just seems more effective for Asta to use a partial devil union rather than the true devil union he used against Lucifero. Asta can only use the regular devil union, which might even be the pre-stage of the true devil union with 5 horns, for just 5 minutes. This clearly isn't practical for a large-scale war that lasts several hours, sometimes even days. That's why Asta came up with a solution: the partial usage of the devil union. By limiting the flow of anti-magic, he can prolong the form duration to 10 minutes. He accomplishes this by focusing on a single point instead of his entire body, resulting in denser and stronger power. However, we haven't seen Asta using this technique with the 5th horn, so it appears that because the form with the 5th horn is the strongest, Asta can't use it with his partial devil union. This is likely because it needs Asta and Liebe to follow a totally different approach. Instead of aiming to fight for a longer time, they must focus on fully merging into one being as they did in the Spade Kingdom. Clearly, this demands that their entire body sync up and become one, not just create a layer and then concentrate all their power on a single body part. They will never achieve their fusion again in this way, and I think they know. However, right now Asta and Liebe likely think that this isn't a good way to fight because they have been in trouble many times in the Spade Kingdom due to this side effect. If Asta uses up his 5 minutes, he's pretty much done for against an enemy like Lucius. Asta will have to wait for 30 minutes until he could fight again, which is very risky. In the end, it will probably come down to Asta having no other choice or transforming because of overwhelming emotions. That's something Asta won't be able to control. So let's take a more detailed look at this form. After witnessing Asta's devil union, Nacht said that Asta still can't fully control it. Later, after they achieved the 5th horn, Asta, or rather both of them at the same time, made an important comment about this transformation. They said it felt strange. Up until then, it felt like there were 2 different people just overlapping, which is the case with any other devil form. But now it really felt like they had become one person. We have never seen anything like this before, maybe with the exception of the Spirit Dive and maybe Nacht's Devil Fusion. But even then it's not quite the same due to the equal devil-human contract. This is something even Nacht didn't know about. Something unique only to Asta and Liebe, both of which are already unique in a yet unknown way. I always like to highlight that Nacht hinted at a connection between Asta and Liebe, something that lets him summon Liebe without a relic. Even the fact that he was able to make a pact with Asta while sealed in the grimoire is crazy. So maybe they really do have a secret connection beyond the arm and the grimoire. This would make sense if Asta and Liebe were siblings or maybe even twins, or possibly even the same person in some way. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I will link a few videos in the comments that could help you understand better after you finish this video. The basic idea is that Asta and Liebe are connected. This could explain, for instance, the 2 devil marks on their faces. One is definitely from Liebe, and the other seems to be Asta's. This could suggest that Asta might somehow be something like a devil himself, hence his incredibly strong and quick body, just like Lucifero, a true devil king. Anyway, let's move on to the 5th horn. Let's start with the anatomy of a devil. All devils have horns, but it seems the number of horns reflects the devil's power level or ranking. For example, all low-ranking devils, and I believe all mid-ranking devils as well, have only 2 horns. We haven't seen many high-ranking devils yet, but based on the ones we have encountered, especially Zagra, they all have only 2 horns as well. However, when it comes to the Clifford Supreme Devils, without exception, even Megicula, who was just recently promoted, could have 4 horns. Maybe there are more than 10 Supreme Devils but only 10 Cliffith Supreme Devils. Either one is born in this rank or one evolves. The number of horns could then be a part of the evolution of a devil from low to supreme. That is, a devil begins with 2 horns. They are born like that, but with time, training and experience, a devil could eventually grow a second pair of horns and then be worthy of the supreme rank. This is certainly a possibility, and if reflected on Asta and Liebe, it will mean that together they achieved the supreme rank, so to speak. However, things get a little bit more complex here. When Nacht used the devil fusion in which he combined 2 devils, he also had 4 horns. One could argue that in that form, Nacht reached supreme rank, but what it really is just 2 devils overlapping, resulting in 4 horns. It could be the same for Asta and Liebe because Liebe himself does not have 4 horns and Asta received the 3rd horn, which was actually his second at that time, because he could not manifest the second horn of Liebe even before he spoke face to face with Liebe for the first time during the devil binding ritual. So it seems that the 3rd and 4th horns definitely aren't Liebe's. They can't be unless Liebe can't get his 4 horns without Asta. But that doesn't line up with the extra devil marks, which suggests that Asta might be a devil himself, which is why he needs 2 horns. And if I remember correctly, Nacht also had 2 facial marks when using 2 devils at the same time, so it really seems like the same thing might be happening to Asta. Maybe Tabata even used Nacht as a way to foreshadow or hint at what's happening with Asta. One logical explanation could be that Asta is actually Liebe's biological brother in some way. Twins, souls, you know, all those theories. And through Liebe's devil power, Asta's devil genes are activated and he displays his own devil horns and marks. These are the ones he would initially have if he had inherited the devil body of his father, if he is a devil hybrid. So when Asta and Liebe show 4 horns in their devil union, it could simply be 2 devils fused together, just like Nacht and his devils. However, there's also a 5th horn. In this case, it could mean that one of them might be in the process of awakening the supreme devil rank. What I mean by this is if we consider that each of them has the normal 2 devil horns, and together they have 4, like a fusion, then if one of them begins to display the supreme rank, it would be like Asta's first devil form with 1 horn. Typically a devil doesn't have just 1 horn, but in Asta's case, it makes sense if the devil hybrid theory is correct. He could only show 1 of his horns because he only got as much devil DNA or anti-magic from Liebe, or his own body only adapted to half the power. And in the same way, maybe that's the 5th devil horn, which could actually be the 3rd horn of either Liebe or Asta. In this case, given that Asta also started with 1 horn, which is unusual for devils, I would say it's likely Asta's 3rd horn, and he's about to become a supreme devil. So they will end up having 6 horns in total unless both of them reach the supreme rank and each have 4 horns, making a total of 8 horns. But there's one more possibility. It could be that Asta and Liebe have officially become the true king of the underworld. The 5th horn might symbolize that they are the ultimate rulers of the devils. This idea is supported by the fact that they use this form to defeat the former king of the underworld, which symbolically makes them the new king based on the rules of the underworld. They literally cut off his horns. That's like they took away his title. We aren't sure how the other devils will react to Asta because we haven't seen any other devil interacting with Asta since then. What if Asta is suddenly able to control or interfere with other devils like Lucifero did because it's some sort of power he gained after defeating the king? Defeat the king and you become the king. If someone else defeats you, well, you are dead and they have a new king. The way Adramelech looked at Asta and Liebe after taking Lucifero's heart was definitely suspicious. Either Adramelech knows Astaroth if he is their father, or Asta really became his king, which at this point didn't matter anyway because he and many other devils, it seems, had already betrayed the hierarchy under which Lucifero ruled. Or maybe that's Astaroth's plan to make Asta the new devil king, so maybe Adramelech is on Asta's side, but he simply can't reveal it yet. The last idea is that Astaroth might have 5 horns. Now, this isn't something that's really confirmed in demonology. In fact, demonology doesn't talk about the horns of a devil at all. That's not important. But strangely, if you look up images of Astaroth, you will see that many times throughout history and culture, Asta is shown as a devil with 5 horns. Maybe Tabata got inspired by this cultural adaptation of the devil and decided to make Astaroth the true king of the underworld with 5 horns. And Asta and Liebe might really be his sons. And together, they will be the new Astaroth. Asta and Liebe's devil name Roth. This will further support my theory about Asta possibly gaining time magic. So what do you think of this theory? Let me know in the comments, I really wanna know your opinion. And if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, it really helps me a lot. And if you want to see more Black Clover videos, then subscribe to this channel for more theories and chapter reviews. Thank you for watching and see you next time, bye!